This is the Math 097 midterm review. So number 1 just wants us to solve this equation. The first step to solving equations is to declare fractions and decimals. We don't have any here, so we'll move on to step 2, which is to clear parentheses. 3 times 5y is 15y. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Plus 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times minus 3y is minus 9y. This will be equal to 3 times 2y is 6y, and 3 times minus 3 is negative 9. Combining like terms, 15y minus 9y is 6y, and negative 12 plus 3 is negative 9. And this is equal to the right-hand side, 6y minus 9. You may be able to realize that something strange is going on here at this point, and if not, that's okay, we'll keep going on. The next step is to get the y's on the same side, so I'll subtract 6y to move them over to the right-hand side. That's going to make this cancel, and it also makes this one here on the right cancel. I'm left with negative 9 is equal to negative 9. And since this is always true, my solution will be all real numbers. Since it doesn't matter what y is, negative 9 will still be equal to negative 9. Number 2, solving another equation. Once again, we'll start by clearing the parentheses. The left-hand side doesn't have any, but the right-hand side does. 2 times 5k is 10k, and 2 times 26 is 52. The next step is to get the k's on the same side. So I'll subtract 10k to make it cancel. Once again, it cancels on both the left and the right. And I'm left with 59 is equal to 52. And this is a false statement. This is never going to happen. So this has no possible solution. Since it doesn't matter what x is, 59 will never be equal to 52. Number 3. So this one has fractions. So the first step should be to clear these fractions. So we should find the common denominator. Between 7, 2, and 4, our common denominator is 28. So I'm going to multiply everything by 28. 2 over 7 times 28. So the easiest way to multiply a fraction and a whole number is to divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. So 28 divided by 7 is 4, times 2 is 8. 28 divided by 2 is 14, times 1 is 14. 28 divided by 4 is 7, times 3 is 21. And then 1 times 28. 8 minus 14y would be negative 6y, equal to 21y plus 28. We want to get the variables on the same side, so I'll subtract a 21y. On the left, this now becomes negative 27y, and on the right they cancel, so it's equal to 28. Dividing by negative 27 gives us that y is equal to minus 28 over 27. Number 4, we want to solve for r. So the first step is we're going to work on getting the variables on the same side. In order to avoid dealing with negative numbers, we'll add 0.21r to both sides. So on the left they're going to cancel, and I'm just left with negative 1.05. And on the right, I get 0.35r plus 2.1. The next step is to get the constants or the numbers on the same side. So I'll subtract 2.1. So on the left, this becomes negative 3.15. And on the right, I'm left with 0.35r, and the numbers cancel. Dividing both sides, by 0.35 to isolate the r gives us -9 is equal to r. Number 5 wants us to solve for p. So the first step would be to combine like terms. 3p plus 7p is 10p minus 7. 4p minus 3p, or minus 7p is negative 3p plus 45. Let's get the p's on the same side, and I'll do that by adding 3p, just to eliminate dealing with negatives. On the left, we now have 13p minus 7, and on the right, we have 45. We can then add 7 to both sides to get the numbers or the constants on the same side. On the left, we're left with 13p, and on the right, we have 52. Dividing both sides by 13 then gives us that p is equal to 4.